Hello everyone, I am the one, the only, the truest Lord Pancake, except no substitutes, for they are made in China and covered in lead paint. So what are we going to be playing today, you ask? We are going to be playing Valley, a game from Blue Isle Studios released in August of 2016. This is also the same company that brought you Slender the Arrival, so if you enjoyed that game, this from the same folks here. So, what is Valley? The basic gist of Valley is it is a first-person platformer, puzzler slash adventure game set on a beautiful island out somewhere where you have a leaf suit, which gives you not only great abilities to run, jump, and swing, but also gives you the power over life and death. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the game, play a little bit of it, and I'll tell you what I think of it as we go. Alright, here we go. Okay, so here we are in the game. Just take a look around at some of the graphics. You know, I mean, it may not be the greatest looking thing ever, but the textures are nice. The sky looks really pretty. You're on this island. You have your little leaf suit here. And a lot of what you do is you use your leaf suit to access new areas and kind of figure out what's going on at the island, as well as new ways to use your leaf suit so you can figure out what's been going on. Now, first thing you'll notice is you see these little blue orbs here. You collect those to keep your energy up, which you'll see in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. They are those kind of little oval things that are kind of tilted over. And a huge mechanic in this game deals with things like you can do double jumps, where you'll notice that energy just went down. I'm going to show you in a minute some of the other things you can do. But the one main thing you can do in this game is you see how my crosshair is green when I'm looking at that tree. I can shoot it and give it some of my energy. And that will bring a dead tree back to life. But I can also take that life away to restore my energy. Learning how to balance that gets you through a lot of the game, and usually you get good reward. Usually it's a better idea to keep as much alive as you possibly can. If you look also in the upper left hand corner, you'll notice that little green leaf looking thing. That is actually the life energy of the island. When you die, you don't actually really die so much as the island automatically brings you back to life. But only so long as there's energy left in that little leaf looking thing there. Once that's depleted, you will no longer be brought back to life. So that's something you want to keep an eye on, but luckily it's pretty easy to find stuff that needs to be revived, so I have yet to even come close to running out of energy with that. So let's take a look at some of the things you can do in this game with this wonderful leaf suit. We are going to run. You'll notice this, I mean, just look at this huge sense of adventure and freedom. I mean, just you run around, you can... It's hard to describe exactly how good it feels to move so fluidly and freely in a first-person type of game like this. I mean, you can really feel the experience of the speed. You don't feel restricted at all. You don't feel like the controls are a little off or a little bit sluggish or slow. You just feel good, and it's fun just running around doing various things across the island. Without even when you have difficulty getting to your goal, but they don't make it too hard, because if you look at the compass up on the top of the screen, I'm guessing I don't have to tell you what the little red indicator is. But just in case I do, that is where your objective is, and it's really the biggest part is finding your way up there. big thing about this is the Leaf suit is something you find on the island. It was part of a secret military experiment that apparently went wrong. It was supposedly taking place during World War II, and you're someone who's come out years later and just kind of discovered it. Another thing you'll notice on the island itself are, oh, there they are, these little creatures here. They so far seem friendly. Don't seem to do any harm to you, and the various things I've discovered on the island, they don't seem to be dangerous at all. Let's see if I can find one of them. Oh, baddies. Now I was just about to get to this. They do have actual enemies for you to fight in this game. It's not just like a walking simulator. You actually have combat. And that right there is a good example of the combat. These things, they shoot at you and they steal the energy of your life suit, of your leaf suit, rather. And you also have to fight them with the energy in your leaf suit. So you can see how that could end up lead to some little bit of badness if you're not careful. I'm sure you've already noticed, but one of the things that truly excels in this game is the soundtrack. I mean, it has a absolutely beautiful score that follows you. It reflects what's going on with whatever you're doing. Like right now, not much is going on, so it's pretty quiet. I'll try and get some footage of me on the rails for later on in this video, because one of the things that I can't quite demonstrate here for you, because there's nothing to demonstrate it on, is they also have rails that you can hop on. And when you hop on these rails, you go lightning fast, and they have this awesome music that plays in the background. I'll definitely get footage to share with you, so you can enjoy the level of awesome. Yeah, but notice how freely I'm able to move. This wasn't even something that took like a learning curve or anything like that. It's just, as soon as you get your hands on the leaf suit, which happens very, very early in the game, your feeling of freedom of movement is just intense. Now there are little things to collect as you go, like this acorn, if I can actually get to it. It's about the only flaw with this game is sometimes collectibles like the acorns will fall somewhere where you can't get them, and there are keys for opening up certain doors that lead to extra items in the game. So far I haven't come across any that have been, well no, I'll stand corrected. I did come across one that was plot important, but they'll make sure the tree that you have ways of getting acorns when you need them for story. They don't like stick you somewhere where you can't get what you need and then stand back and laugh at you like, well, like I would. This is why I don't program games, and instead I review them. But okay, so that's a look at this part here. Basic mechanics of the game there. Okay, so here we are with what I was mentioning before about the rails. Will give you a sense of just how fast this game can feel at times. So here we go.
In response to the recent sabotage attempt and arrest of the culprits, I am ordering all Pathfinder operations to be suspended and all leaf suits to be locked away until project completion. The suits are too powerful to fall into the wrong hands. Additionally, I am requesting all evidence of the sabotage attempt, including Private First Class Edwin Hall's own leaf suit and Miss King's recordings, to be gathered and sent to storage until a proper military tribunal can take place. Until then, all suspects will remain in detention. With the recent increase in production, it should not be long.
Yeah, just feel how amazing this is. And that is part of how it feels to actually play this game. It's amazing. Cannot recommend it enough again. So, go out, check it out, enjoy it. Take my advice. Believe me. You can tell how much work went into this game. Okay, so that was Valley. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. It is $19.99 right now on Steam. As well as they do have the excellent soundtrack that you can get bundled with it for a little bit more. Or you can buy it on its own for $6.99, which I really wish I would have done because the music in this game is beautiful. So that is my review for you there of the game Valley. Again, recommend it 1,000,000%. It is one of those games that you just really have to play because it demonstrates with almost perfection what a first-person platformer can be. And there you have it. So if you liked my review, make sure you subscribe and click that like button. If you have any commentary to add, feel free to leave it in the comments there. And I will see you next time.